let me go on and respond a little more to the video that me had just made earlier about this blind eel. And so me will call this, Is There More to See? In the other video that me had put on the YouTube, me was responding to something that me was seeing on the YouTube about different, how it says here, creatures or aquatic life. It says, creatures of the ocean. And one of the creatures was something to do with the blind eel. And the announcer, or however it is said, the speaker of that video was like very enthused about this blind eel. Like, how it sounds sometimes. It over millions of years, this blind eel evolved. Became blind. Right? Evolved and became blind. Right? And so, let me put it together. Really, the eel is not blind. There's so many thoughts that me has about this. But me can go on and on and on and on and on and on eternally talking about these types of things. But so me is trying to gather, thought string in different directions. Gather which direction to guide this video message. So getting back to this blind eel that led me to talk about this film, The Book of Eli. And that leads me to think about another film that is titled Pan's Labyrinth. And in Pan's Labyrinth, there is something that is called a pale man. And in the scenes of that movie that show this pale man, it does show what me is mentioning in the other video that me put on this YouTube about me's thoughts about seeing some other video about a blind eel. So linking that to that, let me talk a little about this Pan's Labyrinth and this blind pale man, or so it seems. And yes, like me said, hunting, right? If one were to watch and see the Book of Eli, it does not show any pale man. like it does in a different film that is called Pan's Labyrinth. But in this Pan's Labyrinth, a little, how this place says girl, right? A little woman, a child, right? An X, like the X chromosome, how it teaches here. One of these, the X chromosome for what it says girl, the Y chromosome for what it says is boy or a man. Right? Is being hunted by some type of creature that seems to be like in some type of underworld. And this little X is how me thinks of it. This little X comes in close proximity to this pale man. And this pale man is sitting at a table that seems to be filled with fruits. Right? And this little child is looking at this pale man. And it is very spooky to see, right? If one were seeing what this little child looked like compared to what this pale man looked like, right? But on this table in front of this pale man, who appears to be blind, right, is a plate. And on the plate are two eyeballs. And throughout the course of that scene, this pale man begins to try to hunt this little X, this little child. But first needs to place the eyes close to its head. Right. So if one ever has a chance or maybe has seen before, maybe look at those scenes again. Right. Pan's Labyrinth. But getting back to this blind eel. That really started me's thoughts on this topic. Right? Just how this place on the TV and on the screens and on the information channels and all this talks about the mysteries, the unsolved mysteries, the hidden information of this world. Usually always lead up and up, it seems, into space. The mysteries of space, the hidden space, what is out there, the X-Files, the truth is out there. One thing that me has heard quite a few times when seeing these types of programs or shows is it's also linked to the oceans. A lot of times it'll be repeated on these type of shows or programs how little the humans claim to really know, or however it says, about space, have the knowledge, the information all about space. when it comes to extraterrestrials and this type of talk. But like me was mentioning, it also links to the oceans, or the mysteries of the deep oceans. And a lot of them will say, the ones talking on these shows, we know more about space than we do our own oceans. Now, this is leading eyes to think of this. Since this world is really representing, it seems like, this Christianity, right? The Bible, where me is in America, right? America, North America, St. Louis, Missouri, the show me state. And in the Bible, it's another mystery. And that is the mystery of the Ark of the Covenant. And so me never really was a big, how it says, reader or anything of this Bible. Right? To be honest, didn't really care for it. Just seeing that a lot of other things seemed to. Right? Now, this leads me to think of the goddess. The goddess that created this world. This three world. This third rock from the sun world. How it is spoke. And this leads me to think of the video games Mortal Kombat. And that's really what's happening. So there's so many different ways that me could stray the direction of this message, of this information. Me will not just go with that at the moment. Let me just flow with what me was just speaking about with the oceans. With the sea. The deep sea. And like me been saying, this English language, see, me is Swiss Indian. Swiss Indian. Blackheart Indian. Mouse Viper. Evolved. So me is on land. Me lives on land. And, not you know, but me lives on land. So me does not go scuba diving or snorkeling down in the deep depths of the ocean. It would be suicidal. But me will say this. This is what the whole Ark of the Covenant is about. And to simplify that thought, it's really about how this language says really reality, realness is about what this thing is teaching as sharks.
Right.
Calling them great white sharks, hammerhead sharks, bull sharks, on and on with the different names. Eyes have been looking into this for a while.
Right.
And so a lot of different directions me can go, but let me just get straight to this. The truth of it is, all of these humans are really extraterrestrial.
Right.
Other than me. Me, really, how it says, lives on land. Alive, how it says. Real.
Right.
On and on with the different thoughts
Right.
of me. But humans are playing out cycles that were left by a goddess.
Right.
A goddess who created this world with me. That is not even mentioned in that Bible. Other than the story of what is calling Adam and Eve. Then that starts to get into what is the lost Ark of the Covenant. And that's what it is.
Right.
Sharks. And to get beyond that, stingrays. Stingrays are latching onto things that form into humans, what this place is calling humans.
Right.
Like cows, and then getting into great white sharks, things like bears, tiger sharks, obviously, something like that.
Right.
And have been for a long time, forming these sharks. And really in the deep depths of the oceans, these very large, almost like gigantic, prehistoric looking stingrays that are latched on to the energy field, the power grid of this goddess's world. And this leads me to start thinking about Satan. And like me said, all of this is really Mortal Kombat. So this leads me to think about Shang Tsung, or as this Bible likes to describe it as, Satan. Shang Tsung. And that's what it is. Just like in that Bible talks about with its 10 commandments. And one of them is, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. So that's all it's about. The coveting of the women. The women, how it says, but like the exes of this goddess world with these stingrays, latching on to them while the cycles of this world play out, really stopping the eternal processes of this world and beginning the destruction of this goddess's world.